Hey guys, Dylan here from Iceberg TV. Today we'll be checking out the Glitch World Championships Players Pack discs, and then we also have the special edition baseball stamped pitch here as well. Now what really intrigued me about the Glitch World Championships Players Packs is we actually have the Fission Glitch in today's lineup. We've got a 152 Fission Glitch. What I like about the way this feels right off the bat is it's got a lot more structure to it than the other plastics of Glitch. Obviously the Proton Soft, the Neutron Soft. I'm looking over here, there's a hawk just like flying right in front of my face. The Proton Soft, the Neutron Soft are like super duper bendy, and that little more structured plastic with the Fission, in my opinion, feels a lot better in the hands. So we have the parachute, the soft parachute, then we have the baseball pitch as well. We'll throw the parachute, then the pitch, then the Fission Glitch. Super curious to see how these guys are all flying. Ooh, that's a lot more stable than I was expecting it to be. That parachute's pretty beefy actually, in comparison to most of the MVP 1 speeds. Now this is I believe the pitch, you have to pay a few extra dollars with your registration to get one. So if you're curious, this is how it flies. There we go. Forgot you got to give these 1 speeds a little bit of height to work with. And we've got the Fission Glitch. Is it going to be flippy? Is it going to be stable? Let's find out. Oh, that one by far feels the best. They're all going to fly relatively the same because they're such a similar side profile. Essentially exactly the same in my opinion. But that Fission Glitch in hand, if I was to be playing the Glitch World Championships, that would be my workhorse because it just has so much more structure in the hands. It's a lot less soft. And in my opinion, it's going to get you a much more consistent release when playing stroke play. Now with the Glitch World Championships, you can actually bring your own glitches with you as well. But I would highly recommend trying out your Fission Glitch before you even start the tournament, for the reason why it's just a bit stiffer, has that nice substance in the hands. And if push came to shove, I would want to throw the Fission one because it's going to have a bit more consistent release out of the hand. At least for me, that is. All right, so this parachute surprised me a little more stable than I was expecting it to be. Let's throw the parachute, trust it a little bit more flat here. There we go. That's how they fly. Definitely a nice fade at the end. I'm actually shocked that parachute's got definitely a bit more stability to it than your everyday Proton Soft Glitch. This is the baseball soft pitch. Absolute laser beam. That's a little bit more stock flight from most glitches that I've thrown. That parachute certainly has a little bit more swing at the end. And then the Fission Glitch, which in my opinion feels by far the best. So the parachute is definitely the most stable in my opinion, then the pitch and the glitch flying essentially exactly the same. Let's get a few more throws and then we'll wrap things up for today's video. I do want to throw like a higher left to right turning line, and then yeah, let's see how they handle some Anheuser throws. I'm actually considering signing up for a Glitch World Championship tournament. So let me know in the comments below. I need to know, are you guys going to play one this year, or is this something you're just going to pass on altogether? All right, let's put these up in the air, some good height, and then as much Anheuser as I can muster. This is the shot shape that I'm still having the hardest time getting used to. So let's line up a little to the right and try and give it some left to right action. This is the parachute first. The parachute even finding a little push forward at the end, which is a really just true sign of that stability. Honestly, the stability on that, if I was playing my Glitch World Championship somewhere windy, that might have to be the one that I would go with the most. It doesn't feel as good as the Fission Glitch, but man, that stability is really nice. This is the pitch. See, holding that left to right way longer than the parachute. Not quite as much angle as the other two, but I can say without a doubt the parachute is by far the most stable of the three, And then the pitch, holding that turn really nicely. I want to put the glitch on a similar angle and see if it holds a turn similar to how that pitch did. So the grip that's going to work best for most people at these 1 speeds is going to be like a modified fan grip that looks like this. So I have this finger pressed up into the rim here, like this first knuckle, these 2 middle fingers sprawled out, and then the pinky basically wherever it's comfortable. I have a hard time throwing 1 speeds with consistency unless I'm using this grip. The grip I use on every other disc is this, but for these 1 speeds, I just sort of toss these 2 fingers out towards the middle of the disc, and you can see I'm getting a relatively consistent release. And if push came to shove, I think I could shoot pretty well at a Glitch World Championship qualifier with this grip. All right, so we'll do one last set of kind of turnover shots. I'm gonna put them up towards these 2 big trees on the left, and then hopefully we can get enough turn to effectively miss those trees. So we'll throw the parachute, the most stable one, then the pitch, and then the Fission Glitch. But hit the like button if you guys like this type of video, and I hope you're playing the Glitch World Championships yourself. Hopefully this helps you get ahead of knowing how these discs are actually performing out on the course. That parachute is really nice. It still has that little bit of like slow down and push forward at the end, which I'm not convinced these other 2 discs have. They're gonna hold that turn much longer. Here's the pitch. So look at it just holding that line. It doesn't have that stability to forward push at the end. Then we have the Fission Glitch. I'll do my best to put it on a similar line. Try and hit these trees, but then slightly miss them to the right. I'll be honest, that last one kind of slipped out a little bit, but I'm thinking the pitch is by far the flippiest. The parachute's the most stable. And then the glitch is right in the middle. That's just my opinion based on these throws today. But let me know if you found this video helpful in the comments down below. Stay humble, live with gratitude. I'll catch you in the next one, and take care.